Oh, that was actually really easy. Triple X root beer. Really fucking good. Anyway, hello, welcome back to another video. And this video is me doing bullshit, aka yapping about shit. Yeah, I kind of want to talk about Transformers Cyberworld because I have a lot of energy, not about Cyberworld, but I just have a lot of energy and emotions to get out about multiple things. One of which is just getting super hyped up for the Iron Lung movie that is coming out at the end of next month. Like, oh my god, we finally have a final release date for that, and I am so excited. Not even gonna lie, I thought that my town's theater would not be showing the movie, and that I would have to drive at the very least like half an hour away to go see the movie. But no, my theater is one of the over 1,000 that is gonna be showing the movie, and I'm really excited. I don't know, I'm just so excited for this movie. Like, finally, after however many years, like 3 years or something is what he said, is what Markiplier said. Like, we finally get the movie. But like I said, I'm here to talk about Cyberworld. So yeah, and apparently there's someone at the front door. Hold on, I should check that. Alright, I'm back. And also, I have a baby. Or a cat, sorry. Baby, it's okay. Hey. No, it's okay. I don't know if you guys can hear him purring right now. He's a huge purr monster. That's what my mom calls him. This is Maigo, M-A-I-G-O. I can't remember, I think it's Chinese for lost child. I can't remember. My mom named him and she told us what it meant, but I can't remember it. Yeah, you've met both of my cats now. Thank you for the tail. Oh, now he wants to be let out. Alright. So, Cyberworld. I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't remember a majority of the episodes before. And also, this isn't like a critical looking at of Cyberworld. I personally really like Cyberworld as a show. Like obviously I have like a couple things that I'm like, yeah, I would like, yeah, this could have been better, or like this just feels weird or whatever. So obviously I have little things I'm gonna be critical of, but nothing big. Like, nothing about the story, nothing about the characters, nothing really like that. So if you're looking for that sort of thing where someone's being more critical of the show, go elsewhere, please, because I'm just trying to be really positive here, other than the few things I thought felt weird. And also, for Cyberworld, there's going to be a lot of spoilers in this video for pretty much the entire show up until episode 18. Be warned of that. Anyway, I'm gonna... yeah. So I like how in the beginning, we aren't exactly sure, like, how everyone got here. Like, so last night I tried to record a video like this where I was giving my thoughts on Cyberworld when I was riding off of the high of episode 17 and episode 18, cause oh my lord, those episodes actually got me. Those episodes got me so bad, oh my god. Mostly the end of episode 17, if you know, you know. Actually, I have to talk about this now that I'm remembering Bumblebee, I'm remembering. Episode 17, after Megatron basically got fucking vaporized. Like, honestly, I got spoiled for that from Tumblr. I knew that he died, but I still was caught off guard. I was caught off guard on how the whole episode went, honestly. I love how it went, ultimately, but like... Optimus calling out Megatron, and then Megatron just looking at him, smirking and saying, Optimus, and then just fucking dying. I'm gonna go insane again. I'm gonna go fucking insane again. Okay, I had to answer some messages. I've calmed down a little bit. Never mind, I'm remembering. Bumblebee. Anyway. After that, just Megatron's axe as well. Just out and landing in the sand. And then silence. All you hear is wind. It's just, all you hear is wind. Even going into the end credits, all you hear is wind. It's shit like that that makes me go ballistic. Like, I don't know why. It's those small things. Like, when I first watched the episode, I was like, holy shit, Megatron is gonna fucking die from this? Like, and then the Optimus calling out to him and Megatron saying his name back, his axe getting thrown and sticking in the sand, and then there's nothing left of him. And then all you hear is just wind. Literally had to scream into a pillow, just like, oh my god, what the fuck, there's no way that just fucking happened. Like, there's no way that just fucking happened. There's absolutely no way that just happened. There's no way that my two good old gay eyes just saw that. I just kept on saying, like, there's no way that happened. And also the whole time I was catching up on the Cyberworld, I was messaging my friend who had watched all the episodes up until episode 18 at the time. And I was basically transcribing to him what I was seeing and the shit that he referenced when he was watching through it. And after that happened, I was like, oh my god, my throat fucking hurts. I need water. It's been a while since a show made me, like, positively scream. Like, oh my god. Moving on from that. Oh, I gotta say, I really like Scorponok as a character. You don't really know much about him. He seems to be like a stereotypical final boss kind of thing. Because Cyberworld is a lot like a game, right? Like, there's one meme I found there's one meme where it's Optimus being like, Bumblebee, we have to win the battle royale. We are in Fortnite, Bumblebee. And I guess that is a good way to put it, except it's not, well, some of the mini games are like fight for yourself sort of thing. I don't know how to describe it. I'm sorry, I can't remember. And there is one game that takes up, like, basically the entirety of an episode where it is kind of like a battle royale where you have teams. There's only 2 teams, each have 3 people, but it is like but no, it's not a battle royale. I'm sorry. I don't play multiplayer PvP games. I'm gonna be completely real. Why? 2 words, anger issues. So it's more like something like Call of Duty, I guess. I don't know. So, like, originally I was like, oh, Scorponok is gonna be like the final boss kind of thing that they have to defeat to get to the ship to get off the Cyberworld. But in the end, it actually turns out that there had been more done to him. Like, he had been experimented on. By who? Probably the Quintessons, which that will lead into a theory that I'll talk about in just a sec. When they first try to fight him, Optimus, Bumblebee, Grimlock, and Alita, when they go to try to fight him, they didn't know this, and then when they found out about this, Optimus is like, okay, let's try a gentler approach, I guess is how you would put it. And it does actually end up working, and what I actually really like as well, despite it being the scene that actually fucking broke me, episode 17. Scorponok, he has a change of heart thing, like, basically, he was kind of manipulated by Megatron to do shit for him. And then after he's like, oh, I'm being used, I'm gonna turn on Megatron, he decides to fucking kill him, even though Optimus, like, even though in the end, he listened to Optimus, he doesn't listen to Optimus when he's like, stop, you're gonna kill him. Because Optimus didn't want to kill Megatron. It's actually insane that Megatron's death happens before the show is even over. I don't know how many episodes we're gonna get after this. There has to be at least a couple more, because each episode is only like 5 minutes long, and it's actually insane that it took such a short amount of time to get to the point where Megatron fucking dies. Like, it's actually kind of crazy. But, like, I actually do like that even though Scorponok did ultimately listen to Optimus, he doesn't listen to him. He's mad at Megatron for using him, and he doesn't listen to Optimus. He just kills him, which I feel like I don't know, I might be looking too deep into it, but like that's a fair reaction. Like, sometimes I feel like whenever you get a character to have a change of heart because of the good guy like puts a gentle hand on their shoulder and is like, no, don't kill him. You'll be no better than him. And then the guy listens. In this case, no. Optimus literally yells at Scorponok to just stop. You're gonna kill him. Scorponok, please stop. And he doesn't. He straight up vaporizes Megatron, and Megatron is just fucking dead. And also, speaking of Optimus, in this show, in the beginning, he's kind of seen as like a silly character, I guess. He does have silly moments, and I don't know why, but like, I kind of like it. It's different. It's a different kind of silliness than what Earthspark has, or had, because it's done now. I don't know. Also, I have no idea if I'm ever gonna finish Earthspark. I got through like halfway through season 1 because Netflix didn't have the entirety of season 1 on there because they're fucking idiots. And it now says on Netflix that a new season is coming. So I don't know if that means they're putting season 2 on there, if they're putting season 3 on there, if they're finally putting all of the seasons on there or some shit. I don't know. I would have to check, but I don't know if I'm ever gonna finish it. I don't really want to. I'm gonna be completely real. I don't really want to. But it feels like a different kind of silliness compared to Earthspark, because in Cyberworld, he is serious for the most part. He just has small moments where he's kind of allowed to be silly. Or maybe it's the fact that in Earthspark, there's a lot of shit of the Cybertronians interacting with humans and Optimus basically trying to do PR and, well, not PR maybe, but trying to keep a clean image and acting silly a lot of the times because the war is over and whatever. That's probably why it feels different. But I actually do like Optimus's character in Cyberworld. I know some people probably are just tired of people making Optimus into a silly character. Other characters I like. I like Mirage. I really like that he breaks the fourth wall all the time. Snarl is pretty cool, but that might be my friend influencing me because they really like Snarl. I like the anime inspiration for Snarl. Naruto runs everywhere. His sword in episode, what was it, 17? Episode 17. His sword doing the thing where he slashes it and has a thing of light that, I don't know what that's an inspiration from, but I immediately thought of the Star Saber and the Dark Star Saber from Transformers Prime. That was pretty cool. And also, like, I don't know, anyway, I also really like Grimlock. the times where he took off his mask and then his oh, I'm going insane over his wink, bro. I'm going insane over his wink. Also, the same with Mirage. Goddamn Mirage. I call Mirage my husband. I should do the same for Grimlock. And also, correct me if I'm wrong on the accent, but the Russian accent for Grimlock. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. I am having a hard time. This week has been rough. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This week has been fucking rough. Yeah, I think Grimlock is really cool. Oh, dude, the one. Okay, I have a little bit of a complaint here, but Galvatron, dude. Ugh, Galvatron. Southern accent as well. I actually really like it when Galvatron, like, I'm used to Galvatron and Megatron being the same, basically the same person, except reformatted. But I also find it really interesting when they're completely separate characters. Like in Cyberworld, Megatron is still his own character, while Galvatron is out there somewhere. They both have beast alternate modes, though, which I think that is really interesting. And also, Galvatron, I thought he was gonna be, like, supposed to be Wild Wheel or something, like a Wild Wheel from Cyberverse, but then he's like, oh, I forgot my name, I think, but people call me Ron. I was like, Ron, huh? Galvatron? The last 3 letters of the name is Ron? You think you fucking slick? Yes, because I did not anticipate, because I legitimately thought, like, oh, he lost his memory. Something in this episode's gonna make him regain them. But no, he was just kind of smart about it. He was pretending. And I guess he can control the dust storms out in the desert, which I think that's really interesting. And then also he transforms into a firebird dragon, which, that's just cool. But we haven't seen him since that episode. And that's my gripe, that Galvatron... Okay, so there's some characters I thought the same about as well, like Skybite, which... Skybite's a little freaky. I understand him not coming back as often. But also the same with Mirage and Snarl at some point. The two of them don't really show up that much, but I think that's actually better for them because their characters can get quite annoying after a while. Like Snarl basically being an anime protagonist, sort of trope. Like he's kind of tropey, like the anime protagonist kind of thing. So it makes sense why he doesn't show up too often, because his character just would become kind of annoying. And then Mirage, he shows up a little bit more often than him. And I understand that as well, because fourth wall breaks can get just so tedious and tiring after a while. But Galvatron, we don't really know much about him. He has a southern accent. He's pretty cool. He might end up being the final boss. Or they might pull a War for Cybertron trilogy and be like, hey, gang, I want to help y'all. I just had to get some Energon back. I'm sorry I had to betray you, but like, I want to help y'all. The Quintessons. Oh yeah, I said I was going to talk about my theory with the Quintessons. Buckle up. It's actually not that crazy. I feel like someone else has this theory out there. But what if Cyberworld was made by the Quintessons? It makes sense, because there's an entire city on Cyberworld. There's an old-ass ship that's there. Megatron has, like, basically a jungle, like, secret base in the jungle. Secret. And again, there's a whole city with drones and stuff. Like, it doesn't make much sense. I don't know if the city was part of the planet when they, like, I don't know how long. It's weird when you think about it. If this is a planet that no Transformer has ever seen before, and none of them really know what's going on, except Megatron, like, he obviously knew something. Like, because he knew what he was doing on Cyberworld, and maybe Starscream knows something as well. But it feels weird that there's a city on the Cyberworld, and then also Megatron has like a jungle base on the Cyberworld as well. Like, I feel like maybe only like a few months at the most has passed. This doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't know, maybe it's been longer on the Cyberworld or something. Maybe there's some weird time manipulation or whatever. I'm getting too into the whole how long they've been there thing. We don't know how long they've been there, but they couldn't have been there for long enough for a whole city to be built, and also for Megatron to have a pretty secure base as well. So it just feels odd. Like, Megatron kind of makes sense, because he seems to know what's going on here. So maybe he's been here a bit longer or something. I don't know. I'm not sure about Megatron. It's kind of weird with him. And also, he's dead, so we're not going to really be able to get that information from him later on. Or maybe we'll be able to in the form of a ghost, or it was a fake out death or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But the city and Starscream's whole thing doesn't make much sense. How is there a whole city here? And like, it's so weird. It feels like all of this was put here before they got here. Like, this was all purposeful. And also, Scorponok being experimented on, that feels like an important detail. I can't remember if the voice, because how they get that information about Scorponok is they sneak into Megatron's base and they hear a single audio file. And I don't know if that voice is supposed to be Megatron. I don't think it is. Or if it's supposed to be a character that shows up later on. But if it's neither of those, okay, it could be a character that shows up later. Like, if it's not Megatron, then maybe it's a Quintesson. Maybe Cyberworld is a huge Quintesson experiment. Along with it, Scorponok was also an experiment of theirs. And they put him there to test the Transformers. And then also, when the ship does take off, it looks like it impacts with a barrier. So it seems like they are trapped in the Cyberworld. At least that's from what I remember. I might be wrong. But like, if that is the case, maybe this is a Quintesson experiment going on here. I'm really not sure. I feel like it has to be something to do with the Quintessons. It does feel like that, like a simulation sort of thing. Like, it matches the Quintessons' general character, like the general character and mannerisms of the Quintessons. Experiment, they create, they test the Transformers. In G1, the Transformers were originally created as products, like literal products. So, like, it kind of makes sense. And also with other shows, like subsequent shows, bringing in the Quintessons as well. It really does feel like it's in line with them to do this. Obviously, Cyberworld is a completely different show, so they might do something different with the Quintessons if they choose to put them in the show. Legitimately, like, I can't get away from this thought process. The Cyberworld is created by the Quintessons, and the Transformers were somehow brought here, somehow teleported here, somehow something. And now that I'm thinking about it, maybe the jungle base and maybe the jungle base in the city were the Quintessons' base of operations. Like, both of them. Because if at least the jungle base, like Megatron's jungle base, wasn't the Quintessons, like, wasn't a stronghold for the Quintessons and their information, then why are there files there about their experiments? Like, it doesn't really make much sense that Megatron, would be doing this, because as Alita said, they go back cycles, they go back years. Like, this doesn't make sense. They haven't been on Cyberworld for that long, right? A lot of it doesn't make sense, and it makes more sense if it's the Quintessons are behind it. Yeah, and also the city makes sense as well. That could have been a training ground for testing Scorponok's abilities if this planet was for testing product, as they would probably put it, for like testing products and testing weapons like Scorponok. Like, it would make sense. I don't know. That is just something that I keep thinking about. But the one thing I thought is, so help me God, if they do a War for Cyberworld trilogy reference and one of the Quintessons is named Decius, I'm losing my shit. I'm gonna keep watching it, but I'm gonna lose my shit. Because my friend has said this show is very healing when compared to War for Cyberworld trilogy. This show has healed us from War for Cyberworld trilogy bullshit. We don't need it to get inserted into the show as a reference. I swear to God, I swear. I fucking swear. So, speaking of the city, Starscream doesn't show up very often in the show, which I kind of forgot that he doesn't appear as often. But something that I do actually like about Starscream's character is that he's technically a neutral. He's technically not on Megatron's side. He literally has a completely different insignia on his shoulder that is like his face, if I remember correctly. Or a crown, I can't remember. But he's technically neutral, but he knows Megatron, he hates Megatron. And I really like that. I don't know, it makes sense for him to just leave the Decepticons and make his own faction where it's all about him. It makes sense, and I like that. I like that he's not exactly a Decepticon. And then Mirage as well, he's also a neutral. And I actually really like that as well, but maybe it's just because of his abilities, and also maybe it's just because I really like Mirage, but you never know. I don't really have anything else, really. Oh, the shit with Wheeljack. So I was talking to one of my friends, after I finished watching episode 18, and I was like, I hate that Galvatron hasn't reappeared. Like, why put in a character? Why have an episode where his name is literally part of the title and he only shows up once? Like, I guess I understand why, so that there's a bit more conflict, because in the very next episode, shit starts going down and Optimus starts having flashbacks and stuff, and we learn a little bit more about what happened to bring them to the Cyberworld. But like, I don't know. But at the end of episode 18, we hear that Wheeljack is still alive, so Galvatron might have something to do with that. Hi, Editing Smoke here. This was recorded before episode 19, and upon watching it, no, Galvatron has nothing to do with Wheeljack being alive or anything like that. But because of episode 19 kind of ending before Alita, Bee, and Optimus could meet him, maybe Galvatron runs into them. That's my new theory. Episode 20, they run into Galvatron, and maybe that's when he reveals what Cyberworld is, if he even has any information about Cyberworld. It feels like he's been here for quite a long time, but we'll have to see when that episode comes out. Speaking of, I kind of want to also talk about like what happened to bring them to Cyberworld. And also, we get a little bit from Bumblebee's perspective all the way back in like episode 2 or something, if I remember correctly. But also through episode 15 and 16 and 17 and 18. I think it was those episodes that shows little snippets and also Optimus's flashbacks. But it's obvious, like, Optimus pressed a button. He pressed a button and it brought them here. And it was something that Bumblebee was shouting and saying, Optimus, don't do it. It's so odd, and we don't have a lot of information, and I guess that's what keeps people hooked. And this is what's keeping me hooked, along with the characters. I'm curious, like, what happened? Like, Optimus pressed a button of some sort, and after that button was pressed, it left everyone that was there, or just a bunch of people in general, careening through the atmosphere and crash landing on this cyberworld. Because remember, Optimus and Bumblebee both fell through the air. Like, those are the only two that we've seen, but we can infer that the others also entered Cyberworld this way, but they fell through the air and crash landed. Also, I can imagine that there's some weird time stuff going on as well, because if Optimus pressed a button and everyone got teleported, then like, why is it that Optimus crash landed and then towards the end of that episode B does as well? We have to assume that a substantial amount of time has passed as well. I don't know how much time, but like, a substantial amount of time. So like after a while, B crashes, but if Optimus pressed the button, then at the same, like, it's weird. I'm trying to put the pieces together. But there was a button, Optimus obviously pressed it. This turns into a, oh my god, it's all my fault. This is gonna be a warp search. I'm going insane already. I'm not chugging this. Oh god, I actually don't feel well. Okay, we're good. That was gross. I'm sorry, gang. Trying to put the fucking pieces together is killing me. Yeah, he pressed a button. He pressed a button. And also, apparently he was in a dark room of sorts, and maybe Optimus was fighting Megatron or something like that. I'm really not sure. But a part of me wants to say that the Quintessons are also part of it. If my theory that the Cyberworld was created by the Quintessons and the Transformers are here, and Scorponok are here, because they're running some sort of weird test or experiment or something, then I don't know. Like, I legitimately think that the Quintessons have to be part of this somehow. Like, Cyberworld is so much like a video game, it's crazy. Like, there has to be something to do with the Quintessons. Like, Scorponok got experimented on. There's a whole city there with drones. There's a jungle base that Megatron stays in. Like, there's no way that there's no involvement from someone or something else. There's just no way. I don't know. I can't think of anything else to say here. I don't know. I think there's more than meets the eye with Wheeljack. I don't know if he's actually alive or not. I'm a little worried about what we're gonna find in the next episode, if we're even gonna find Wheeljack in the next episode. I'm worried about Galvatron and if he's ever gonna return. I'm also generally just worried about what's gonna happen after all of that, because how do you top that? Like, I guess you can go further beyond, but like I'm curious about how you top Megatron getting vaporized by a giant robot scorpion. Fuck, bro. I'm so curious where this is gonna go next. Is there anything else I want to talk about? Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and listening to my just unfiltered ranting. I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever that will be. What's my what is it? Do I wave or did I do the... I think I wave. Bye.